A former Panhandle restaurant manager sentenced to prison following a child pornography investigation. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 32-year-old Gehring man convicted on 2 felonies tied to his involvement with a 15-year-old girl has been sentenced to 6 to 8 years in total in prison. Yesterday in Box Butte County District Court, Judge Travis O'Gorman sentenced Tanner Blumenkamp to a term of 4 to 6 years in prison on a conviction of possession of child pornography and 2 years for enticement by electronic communication device to be served consecutively with 1 day credit for time already served. Blumenkamp will also have to register as a sex offender. The former restaurant manager had originally faced 3 counts of possession of child pornography and 2 enticement charges, but entered a plea agreement earlier this year to avoid standing trial. The arrest stemmed from a multi-agency investigation, including the Alliance Police Department, Scottsbluff and Box Butte County Sheriff's Departments, and the Nebraska State Patrol. If he doesn't lose any good time, Blumenkamp could be released from prison 3 years from now. Well, a 37-year-old man has been arrested and charged in connection to a child sexual assault investigation in Gehring. Bryce Peterson Wood was arrested last Wednesday after a girl was brought to the police department by her parents, saying that he had inappropriately touched her. During an interview, the victim said that Peterson Wood had put his hands on her thigh shortly after she went to bed and moved his hand on top of her underwear. He was then taken to the police department, denied the allegations, but was arrested on charges of third-degree sexual assault of a child and commit intentional child abuse, no injury. Peterson Wood will be back in court on June 6th for his preliminary hearing. And following the unsuccessful attempt to gain approval for a utility-scale solar energy project in Scottsbluff County last year, representatives of Dunley Energy have restarted the process. With new zoning regulations passed last year spelling out much of the process and requirements, Thayer Flea and other Dunley officials took part in a listening forum at the Legacy of the Plains Museum. Prior to breakout sessions where different aspects of the Situla solar project were discussed with questions by attendees, Flea admitted during the first run of the process they didn't have the opportunity to talk to the community and didn't have enough information.
So this is us learning from that mistake that we made, and we're opening. We're here to listen, and we're here to know what are the issues that you may be thinking about, and so we can address these issues in the future. You know, this is an evolving process. This is not us making decisions. You know, this is us really listening for the feedback from the community, from the commissioners, and be able to go back and address all these concerns.
According to the presentation, most project components remain as they were during the first application for a conditional use permit, but there are notable changes. Officials want to reinforce a county gravel road for use during the construction phase instead of using Stiegel Road, and numerous discussions have already taken place with county officials and impacted agencies, including area fire departments. It was unclear when a new conditional use permit application would be filed, but the company wants to start construction by the end of 2026. We'll have more news right after this.
Whether you're gardening, searching for the perfect vacation home, or planning your next travel destination, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisors, Jody Rosiska and Kevin Figg, get to know you, your passions, and your vision for the future, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Morrill County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Morrill County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Morrill County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
Welcome back. The Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services is expanding the measles, mumps, rubella vaccination recommendations to include Dawes County residents after the state's first measles case of 2025 was confirmed in Sheridan County earlier this week. The following updated MMR vaccination recommendations now apply to both Sheridan and Dawes County residents, including for infants aged 6 to 11 months, children 1 year and older, and for residents born prior to 1957. Panhandle Public Health District and Gordon Memorial Hospital will be hosting 2 public MMR vaccination clinics at the Rushville Clinic on June 6th from 2 to 6 p.m. and Friday, June 13th from 2 to 6 p.m. If you do not have insurance, the vaccinations are covered through the Vaccines for Children's program. Well, the U.S. Senate unanimously approved Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer and Colorado Senator Michael Bennett's bipartisan resolution designating May 29th as Mental Health Awareness in Agriculture Day. Her colleague, Senator Pete Ricketts, has co-signed on the measure, and he says it's a tough industry and farmers and ranchers need to be aware of resources that are available.
And having been governor, I know from personal experience that it's a very stressful job to do as being a farmer or rancher. There's many things that are out of your control, and we want to encourage our farmers and ranchers to be able to take advantage of the resources that's out there, and also encourage friends, family, and neighbors to be able to check in, to be able to help them out, to make sure that they've got good mental health.
Fisher and Senator Bennett aim to raise awareness about mental health issues within the ag industry and to reduce stigma.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale is on now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window. Plus enjoy no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. Get an extra 5% off your entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now is the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit rbawyoming.com to book your free estimate.
Had no sports on Monday. Let's get to our update here as we move towards the weekend. The Class B State Golf Championships are wrapping up later today at Monument Shadows Golf Course in Gering. Some local intrigue heading into the final round. Scottsbluff posted a team score of 315 yesterday. That was good for second place in the team standings on day one. They'll need to make up 8 shots on team leader Elkhorn North, who fired a combined 307. The Wolves also had the top player on the leaderboard, as Andrew Neatfelt was the only player under par on day one. He shot a 2 under 70. Brett Elwell for Scottsbluff and Jack Mazer from Gering were both tied for 7th place coming into today. State Golf will close out later this afternoon at Monument Shadows. Last night we had Legion baseball coverage on KMOR, and Trayton Harmon went from golf during the day to baseball on the diamond last night over at Oregon Trail Park as the Wesco Zephyrs beat Gering Platte Valley Companies 13-3. The Z's got a nice start from Thatcher Tamala, who got the win. He went 5 innings on the mound, while offensively for the Zephyrs, Oscar Felix and Jarrell Mendez combined for 7 hits and 5 runs driven in. The Zephyrs broke open a 4-3 game by scoring 9 runs in the 6th and 7th innings combined. Barron Williams, the losing pitcher for Gering last night. Both teams play again today in Scottsbluff at Cleveland Field against a team out of Colorado. The Zephyrs will play at 2 o'clock. The Gering game will follow. And then coming up tomorrow night, we'll be back in the gym for the 2025 edition of the Panhandle Prep All-Star Basketball Games. The games this year being played at Gering High School, starting with the girls tomorrow evening at 5:30, and the boys game should be around 7:30 or so. Dunk contest, three-point shooting contest will also be featured tomorrow. We'll carry both games on 107.3 The Trail, starting with the pregame show at 5:15. And for the Western Nebraska Pioneers, they'll open their collegiate summer season on the road tomorrow night with a season-opening doubleheader at the Pueblo Collegians. They'll be on the road in Colorado this weekend before opening the home portion of their schedule next Tuesday. That is the latest today from the Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the 43rd annual Bicycle Ride Across Nebraska will cover many beautiful miles June 1st through 7th. An estimated 300 riders are expected to saddle up for this year's event. Brand President Chris Wheel explains the route, which will cover 450 miles on Nebraska roads.
And it starts in Oshkosh, and we have the downstream cities, Sutherland, Gothenburg, Broken Bow, St. Paul, Central City, and David City are all the host towns. That's where we'll be camping on the route. We end up in Fremont for our final. We have almost 25 states and the District of Columbia so far signed up for the ride.
This Saturday, hundreds of riders, support crews, and families will arrive in Oshkosh to prepare for the official start of the Brand Ride on Sunday morning, June 1st. There are a variety of activities that host communities have planned along the route, including a street dance, beer gardens, steak fry, water parks, and swimming events. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.